Hey y'all, this is 14.3 Billion Years by Andrew Prahlow from the Outer Wilds soundtrack. I'm gonna break it up into 3 parts and then I will dissect it all. So here they are. Okay, so real quick, I found it easier to play the song in a drop tuning and then capo on the 5th fret. For those who don't know, you just tune from standard this low string down a whole step or 2 semitones, I guess. So it sounds like this. Okay, so for part 1, I think the guitar is just playing the root of each chord. But I was playing the piano part over it, and I think that sounds really good, which is just this. Also, I'm going to be speaking relative to the capo, for the most part, with notes and frets. So bear that in mind, just so you know. The piano part is going to be open on the G string, and then 3rd fret on the B string. Just back and forth throughout this whole first part. And then you're going to play the root note of each chord on top of that. This so happens to be C, or I guess E sharp, which is the 3rd fret on the A string. To open D, to 2 on the D string, and then back down. And then that's really it for the first part. Okay, so this is part 2. This is where it gets a little trickier. There's a lot more going on, and I also added some other notes that aren't in the original version, because it sounds better when you're not playing with all those other instruments, if you don't have a banjo player or a violin player accompanying you. There's an interesting finger picking pattern going on that you need to master, but it's just one pattern that goes throughout the whole part 2 of the song. So if you can get it, then you're good to go. It is as such. All right, check this out. So you can figure out a finger picking pattern that works better for you. Whatever's easier. I think if it sounds good, it is good, in my opinion. But if it helps, you can follow along with me. I don't know if I'm doing it correct. I'm not very by the books, a loose cannon guitar player. But you can follow along. I do thumb and middle to start it off, and then thumb, middle, pointer. So for the first chord, you're really just playing 3 on the A string, on the 2nd string. It's like a C without the other fingers. And then you play the 2nd and 4th string together, and then 2nd and 5th string. That's the first chord. And then I play this open D, open on the first string, and then you pull off right there. And then the very basic picking pattern. So all together, so far, it goes. And then there's this little intricate part that comes back in the main theme, but it sounds like this. So you slide, you play the open on the thick string, and then you slide the second fret from the G string up to the fourth, and then pull off, and then fourth on the D string. And then the next chord is second on the E string, and then open on the fourth string all together. And then the same picking pattern. And then that same pull off. Except this time with the intricate part, we're gonna go slide up, and then 3, the third fret on the B string, and then back. So that part repeats one more time, and then we go into the second half of this verse, which starts on the 5th fret on the first string, and then the 3rd fret on the B string. And it sounds like this. It's like a G, and then open on the B string. And then back to what we were playing for the most part, that open chord, then to the second, and then back to open. Except slight variation. This time you're playing second on the G string. So you play it, and then instantly take it off. And then same deal, except this next chord. And then we end with this this C, I'll call it, third string on the third fret on the A string, and then third fret on the E string, and then third fret on the B string. And then surprise, we end right back where we were with this little and then the riff we were all waiting for, the main theme that keeps coming back throughout the music and the game. It is this C shape without any of the fingers. So it is the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, open on the 4th string, open on the 5th string. And then quickly right back to that 4th string. And then we're gonna play open on the 3rd string, and then that little pull off there from the 1st fret on the B string to open. Same deal on the G string, but with the 2nd fret. Slide up from 2nd to 4th, and then open. And then we're gonna hammer on. The third string, open to second, real quick. He plays it like that in this song. And then the same type of pattern as the beginning. Except this time we do that same deal where you slide up from second to fourth, and then play third fret on the B string. And that's it, really. There's another part in the song that just goes back and forth between this. But that's it. That's the song. That was 14.3 billion years. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Believe it or not, I'm still relatively new at this whole teaching music thing. So questions, comments, concerns are very welcome. You guys suggested this song. It was very fun to learn. So if you guys have any other suggestions, it has been about 1 year since my last video, and I'd like to do it more often. So yeah, let me know. Other than that, peace.